We are, by the calendar, 4 weeks away now from the election. Tonight, we're going to take a little bit of time to find out what's important to Texans. And we're going to do that in places all across our state. Our Jason Allen beginning a long road trip, driving to all corners of this state, talking to people and taking the time to listen to the Texas state of mind.
Well, this is West Texas. If anybody ever tells you that the country is getting too crowded, you just need to take a road trip out here.
This is the mythic Texas. This is the Texas that somebody from the Czech Republic has seen a million movies about the Wild West. This is the Texas they think exists.
It is wild and lovely.
I went to the Viva Big Bend Music Festival in high elevation, low humidity Alpine to find out what it means to be a West Texan.
Are people here different, or do you feel like it's the same? I think we're all Texans.
No, I'm thinking this is probably true Texas.
They stick to their morals or whatever they want to do.
Did you ever tell your parents, can we please just move somewhere where there's more people?
No, I loved it here at the time. At the time, Alpine had everything, stores, everything. And now it seems like, well, everything now is in the internet.
Yeah, the economy isn't exactly booming here. Aside from tourism, there's a lot of that, but it's a stark shift from the western Petroplex of Midland and Odessa, where there is plenty of money as they're keeping the country fueled.
And we love our environment out here, and you look around, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
But the trade-off is we don't have a tax base. We don't have there's no industry.
Jobs and the economy are a big deal, he told me, but out here, you might not be able to put the blame on political divide for not fixing it.
That's the great mitigator, is that out here, yeah, you can be a Republican, you can be a Democrat, but the issue doesn't necessarily get solved by the party. It just gets solved by rolling up your sleeves.
Your friends are your friends, and what's most surprising about being out here is there's a lot of political divide. But political divide does not destroy friendships out here, because you need your neighbors. Like, your neighbor might be the only person who could rescue your ass.
And maybe that's why not many people here really wanted to give away to us which way they're leaning.
And I tend to take a neutral observation standpoint.
Yeah.
Because that feels best.
Yeah, to not be in one camp or another.
Just to be neutral. It's not a not be in that or not be in that. I mean, it doesn't necessarily interest me.
What's important to you when you're thinking about elections and who to vote for?
Oh man, I don't know if I want to get into that.
Do you feel like people here are making political decisions based on life here, or is it more they're making their decisions just kind of like the rest of the country does?
The funny thing when you start getting out in this part of the country is there's a very liberal side and there is a very conservative side out here. You know,
that sounds like the rest of the country.
Well, you know.
But when it's time to pick the next set of presidential candidates, West Texans are bringing ideas.
Okay, I did come up with one cool idea just from watching what I've watched so far. Okay. Over here at our Dollar General, if you want to apply for a job, there's this pretty extensive application process. So I'm wondering why there's not like a job description for the President of the United States when that person represents us to the entire world.
So you want the president to fill out a job application just like anyone else?
Yeah, like before that person's a candidate.
Maybe he could do it on LinkedIn.
And then we all just go, okay, well, yeah, they didn't pass the drug test. They did not pass the psych, you know.
We can weed them out right away.
At the basic level. Yeah, at least that.
She actually makes a little bit of sense if we're going to be honest, right?
We started laughing, and she goes, why is it laughable? I'm like, it's really not laughable.
Yeah. Two things. The guy in the middle of the piece really caught my attention when he says, you know, we got a big political divide out here, but it doesn't ruin friendships. There was a time in this country when that was everywhere, right?
And we heard that person after person after
And that's
person.
a beautiful thing. That's the way it should be. Most people would argue. But let's talk about polls. Polls say one thing. Polls are these benign things, and we see the numbers. But I'm curious from your perspective, comparatively, when you're on the road face to face with somebody versus a poll, how did you feel coming away from
It's one of the reasons we did this, Doug, right? Because you talk polls and politics, people immediately get an idea of what they're supposed to say. When you talk to them person to person,
we're talking politics.
You get a totally different answer about what's really valuable to them when they're making these big decisions.
It's a beautiful look inside. We'll look forward to the rest of the road trip.
Thanks.
Jason, thank you very much.